Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another hopefully entertaining episode of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. Some say I'm a neckbeards proctologist. Some say I'm the Hot Pockets impresario. The man to my left, stationed in the wrestling cave at stately Wayne Manor, Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist. Don, wasn't an exciting week in professional wrestling, although
relatively
some companies,
quiet.
very quiet. One company had an anniversary, and that was last night. We'll talk about that later on in the show. You've seen WWE RAW on Netflix. 2.3 million viewers on Netflix this week.
Yeah, no, that was last week. The one that you really
this...
liked. Nope, it was the 22nd show.
So 22nd. Okay.
This comes back to my point, though. Football is king. It is king shit in this country. You can't compete with the pre-show. You can't compete with the actual show. And they had a Monday Night Football doubleheader this week in which my team played. So I was one of those guys that didn't check out a single minute of Raw until today, as a matter of fact. And Raw stayed in the top 5 for the first 3 days it debuted, but it's gone today completely.
Out of the top 5.
Yeah, but Netflix is dropping a ton of new shows. I don't know if you've seen some of them. There's one called Ed Gein coming out tomorrow. That's supposed to be.
You know who that is, right?
Well, yeah.
Back in the 50s, he was the inspiration for Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
And Silence of the Lambs character. And the Psycho character.
Yes. He's a guy who lived with a dead body of his mother.
Yes, I'm looking forward to watching this immensely. So Netflix is doing a lot of big shit right now. They're dropping a lot of big shows. This is one I can't wait to watch.
Right.
They've got a lot of big movies that are debuting. I saw some of their previews coming up. Stranger Things is coming out, so it's gearing up for Netflix. They're in their season right now. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're going to go on a 1,400-yard march of hate later on because that show last night was everything I despise about AEW. With a cherry on top. With a cherry on top of that shit sandwich.
Nothing like a good dance-off.
Hey, Macarena. They did the Macarena. That's what this whole show's built on. They really, by the way, I looked up the dance after you and I talked at 6:50 in the morning trying to get this shit going. That dance debuted in 1992.
No.
Yes.
Maybe the dance did, but the actual single.
Did.
The single.
It caught on in 96.
Okay. There you
and
go.
Then it just blew up. So it's almost 30 years at its peak. And we got these goofs dancing like it's coming back in style. Disco's not coming back in style. Neither is this shit.
The Macarena really wasn't disco. It was Latin music, pal.
No,
Latin
I'm
music.
saying it's like comparing it to that's what I'm saying. You're not bringing it back.
Los Del Reyes, I think the band was. The singing group was Los Del Reyes. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Los Del Reyes Misterios. Iguanas.
El Cucamundo. Anyway.
It was Sancho and the Iguanas, everybody. The Macarena.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. If this is your first time, please hit the like and subscribe button. We want to get some subscriptions up. We sort of stalled. We appreciate your support. Send it out to your moms and your grandmas and your dad. Say, hey, you want to see a couple of dudes pissed off at wrestling? Watch this show. Sometimes they say some crazy shit, and you'll laugh, and Bottles will spit a drink, and that's the best part of the show. What are you sipping on over there?
I've got this multi-filtered. It's filtered, I don't know how many times. A lot of times. Called Fries. F-R-I-S. I buy it by the 1.75 liter. It's a very, very smooth vodka. You can drink it on the rocks. That's how smooth it is. I've got that mixed with the Monster Ultra.
All right. So
watermelon.
Crazy now.
Good stuff.
I watched Raw this week. I said I would, and I'm not going to go into a whole big diatribe of it because it was a few days ago. I just want to hit the highlights, right? So Rhea Ripley opened the show, and it was, all the same players got involved, right?
Sure.
Not Rio. Holy shit.
Rio,
Sky, Asuka, and help me out here.
Rio said, I want to go to the other show.
No, that's not what she said. What was,
It was
the other girl's
Io
name?
Sky. It was Rhea, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. Okay.
Kairi Sane.
So Kairi Sane is crying, which I didn't hate, but this segment I thought was good. I really thought this was a good segment.
Right.
I think
it was the best thing on the show.
I don't know about that, but delivered the points. That blue mist is the shit, dude. I don't know what she's using in that stuff, but she is covering these bitches like a Smurf. It looks like Smurfette is over in this ring. It's so insane to me. Do you not agree? Am I? Okay.
You froze up.
It might have been you. I'm asking. Which one of us is freezing? Okay.
Which one of us froze up? That's what we like to know.
Do you want to know what I thought the best part of the Raw show was?
What's that?
LA Knight interaction with Kofi Kingston backstage and the GM. That popped the shit out of me because LA Knight said, Did you like me in that referee spot? I was told by multiple people I was the best referee ever. Yeah. I was like, this guy. I said it a year ago. I said he's not there yet. A year later, I'm going to say it now. He's ready now. He's top of the food chain. He's ready now. He's getting it. He's not falling over his own words. He's getting to the point, and he's making it quick, fast, and in a hurry. It got to be a 20-minute promo. Go ahead.
I'm afraid that with Roman back and marshaling the troops, I'm afraid LA Knight's going to be swept under the rug for a championship run against Rollins by Roman Reigns. That's what I'm afraid of.
Could be, but I'll tell you one thing, and when we get to it, I'm going to tell you how much of a star he is. I know this much. They did a great, package on Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. I thought that package was well done. It did a really good breakdown of their history, how they've been bitter friends and best of enemies is, I guess, the best way to put it, because that's what they were showing in this package. And the promo they had later, I thought was good.
Rollins came out, looked like he looked like General Zod from the Superman movie many years ago. The original.
I got something for you when we get to this, because it blew my mind when I saw these two dudes in their outfits. LA Knight won his match, of course, against Kofi Kingston.
I'm surprised by that.
Why?
I'm surprised.
Kofi's
no interference.
But I got you. Okay.
The New Day is on a downward slide. There was no interference, no gaga to sidetrack Kofi, and LA Knight could pin him. Nothing like that. He just lost clean as a sheet right in the ring. So
you want to know what's weird about Kofi to me right now? I don't mind the beard, but when you have a beard or there's no mustache, I'm sorry. That's just where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line.
Off-putting? You find that off-putting?
Yeah. Yes. It's very. It's like,
what
Abe
are you
Lincoln.
Doing,
man?
Like Abe Lincoln.
Yes. Like, what
Didn't
the
have a
hell
mustache.
Is that?
Never had a mustache.
Why are you going with never got a dinner?
Never had a dinner. Never had a mustache. Why am I going with what?
Why would you go with the chin strap and not the full beard look? I don't get
He wants to hold his hair on.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Think he's holding it down?
He's holding his hair down. Yeah.
Becky Lynch with Renee Dupree segment. I thought this was another fine segment. But
Maxine Dupree.
Dude, sorry, Maxine Dupree. Sorry.
I know you don't see her that often, Don, so it's easy to forget her name.
I got a lot going on today, man. Yes. I got a lot going on today. Sorry.
TVs, electricity.
Yeah, as you can see, the TV's gone. I've had some shit happen this afternoon. It's been a crazy day.
Magic windows. Somebody hit the switch.
Magic. I know. Look, dude, it's here now, man. Like, it's here. The magic windows are in full swing. I don't know who's freezing right now, but it's me or Bottles. So we'll see. Here's what popped me about this was Becky Lynch absolutely nailed Tozawa, like right in the chops. I think she landed that thing full force.
I think he didn't expect it. He really didn't have any give. I mean, she just planted one on him and he went down.
Dude, that was stiff as it gets. That was a tater, as they say. She rocked his ass.
Did you notice he spoke perfect English?
He did?
Yes, perfect English.
He must have been practicing that. Maxine got rocked, of course, when that all broke down. And then the highlight of the show for me, Seth Rollins comes out looking like a Batman villain. What the hell's with this guy's outfit sometimes?
Yes, it's I'll tell you what, it's the best he's looked in a long time. The all black, the big S hanging from that chain.
That shit was crazy to me. And then Cody Rhodes comes out looking like a 70s movie pimp, wearing a bright pink salmon outfit with a purple shirt and tie. What is happening with the dress code?
That was a nod to Mark Henry. Remember when he wore the salmon jacket?
Yeah, but that was a great angle. This what had nothing to do with that. I didn't get this.
I don't know.
Why is he looking? Why is he looking like a 70s movie pimp? For real. He really did. That was the first thing I wrote down. 70s movie pimp has entered the ring.
He needed the Huggy Bear hat.
That's all he was missing, dude.
He needed a big hat.
AJ Styles and Dragon Lee in the ring. Good segment, good promo. El Grande Americano is now Los Americanos. And they've got names that I couldn't remember what the hell the word that was like the Rio Grande or some shit. I couldn't remember what it was.
Rio and Oreo. I don't know. Rio and I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know who's in the ring now.
I didn't know where this whole thing was going when it first
You know who they are, right? You know who they are.
Yeah.
Tyler Bate.
Yeah, no, which is the best thing that could have happened to him.
Yeah, he came back from injury to be one of the Los Grande Americanos. And it was Pete Dunne under the mask when they first debuted. Now it's not Pete Dunne anymore. It's somebody else, but no one's saying who it is.
Yeah, one of them's Bravo, they're saying. So, yeah.
Bravo, Rio and Bravo? Like Rio Bravo, the movie, the John Wayne movie.
I knew that was it. Because when I heard it, I was like, shit, did they just call him a movie?
Michael Hayes and Bruce Pritchard had to have named those guys. Rio and Bravo.
Right. And Ludwig Kaiser, right?
Ludwig Kaiser is
does he not look like a so when he's in the ring with guys like Gunther and Brock, he looks like a little dude. Yeah. He got in that ring Monday when I watched the show. He looks like the giant among men in that show now. It's insane his size difference, everybody else around him.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So is he big or is it just he's so much bigger than the shorter guys? I don't know which one it is right now.
He's bigger than the shorter guys. That's all. He's bigger than the shorter guys. When he's up against guys like Cody or Jey Uso, I mean, he's the same size as Jey Uso, basically.
Okay, right? I'll have to check that out next time.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets good. The Usos versus the Vision. This thing gets out of hand, and Roman Reigns comes out. And here it is. My son's in here eating a snack when I'm watching this go down.
Yeah.
And he hears the music play from all the way in the other room. Comes hauling ass out of the kitchen and just stands there and watches. That's how you know Roman Reigns is a megastar now.
Megastar.
Because everybody stops and comes and checks it out. Mega star.
Oh, yeah.
Megawatt megastar. And there's just not a lot of those guys left in this business, man. There's just not.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying about the Triple H era of WWE. They're not building any new stars.
I think they're building stars. It just takes time to get them super over. Because I forgot to talk about the funniest part of the whole show was the Dominic Mysterio match against Rusev.
And that was pretty good. I enjoyed that.
That was great.
Yeah.
He intentionally botched throwing the belt to the competitor and acting like he got knocked down. The ref was looking at him when he did it. It was hilarious to me. Comedy can exist in wrestling models if it's done right.
It can be fun. It can be
You don't have to dance to the Macarena like a fucking goof. You can actually have funny, inventive spots.
I'll talk about it when we talk about that show.
So the ref turns to hand the belts back outside of the ring, and Dominic Mysterio Rochambeau'd the shit out of him, rolled him up for the pin, and grabbed the tights. And all I could say was, bravo, old school finish. I love this.
Yes. Very good.
Apparently 6'3", so he's not small.
No, not a small guy then. Okay. Just that Gunther is so tall.
Yeah, I guess Gunther's a monster, dude.
He is a monster. Jeez. I can't wait till he comes back. There's a component of that show, a facet of that show, Monday Night Raw, that needs Gunther. He's in his own little universe on that show, the Gunther universe.
Right.
And I kind of dig it. He needs to come back.
I enjoyed the show for what it was. I didn't overly love it. I thought it was an entertaining show. And here's the other part about this, because this is what I'm going to start doing. When I get done watching AEW, I need a palate cleanser in the worst way. And this is what's doing it for me. This is what's giving me the palate cleanser I need from this dreck I'm having to sit through now on Wednesdays. That's the truth. Bottles, okay.
I'm here. You froze up.
All right. I don't know which one of us is freezing, pal. I don't know which one of us is freezing. I don't know.
I don't know either.
StreamYard, you're screwing us again. Anyway, there's a couple of news and notes I want to talk about.
Hang on a second. I'm going to go out, and I'll come back into the show.
That ain't going to do no good. It's StreamYard right now. Okay, hello, everybody. I want to talk about Mark Henry. He had some comments this week where he spoke about Roman Reigns and The Rock and how that time has passed. And this is what he said on a recent episode of TMZ. He said, Mark Henry called out the Bloodline, said it was one of the greatest sagas ever. But in the end, the entire thing with Roman Reigns and The Rock had passed and they had missed their opportunity. I'm calling bullshit on that, Bottles. I just am. That the time hasn't passed, right? I'm just going to say that now. If you heated up The Rock and Roman Reigns right now, come February, people would jump over the sidewalks to see this thing go down. Now, I'm not saying it's ever going to happen. I'm not saying we've got a shot of seeing this. But if you're going to tell me,
it's never going to
happen. I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying we are. But if you're going to tell me that the time has passed, you're out of your mind. You can't tell me when my son's running from the other room to watch Roman Reigns come out that he's not going to have his ears tuned for 3 months into this TV show as they build this up. So I'm throwing water all over that fire, that hot take. I'm sorry, that's complete trash.
I agree with you 100%. It's not going to happen.
Well, it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it. I don't think it's going to happen either. I think maybe The Rock might have moved on in his career now that he's suddenly got a resurgence in what he's doing and how his career in Hollywood has gone.
Let's not put the cart before the horse. He's getting some good notices for that movie Smashing Machine that's not out yet.
It's not just that one.
All the other shit he's done. Like what? What else has he done?
Okay,
Black Adam, a movie you loved. Black Adam. Jungle Cruise.
No, Bottles. You're not listening to me. The last couple of Disney hits have been huge. He did that. He's doing the live version of that cartoon he did. They did a sequel to that movie just in the past year. He did the cartoon
Moana 2. He did Moana 2.
Yeah. And it was a smash hit.
It was huge.
Huge.
But he wasn't the star of the movie. He just happened to be in the movie.
You think maybe you're being a little bit selective on this? I'm just saying the last couple of movies he's either starred or co-starred and have been mega hits.
Okay, you named Moana 2, the cartoon. Yeah. What else?
He's doing the live version now. That's going to be a big hit. The Smashing Machine has a lot of buzz. A lot of buzz. The truth is, I'm
talking about his last completed movies that have been out in the theaters.
What has he done? Seriously, what has he done? Because you keep going to Black Adam. That was like, what, 5 years ago? I couldn't hear you. Broke up.
I said, if you can't name them, then,
I don't watch a lot of The Rock's movies. That's just me. In 2025, it says, let me see. Smashing Machine, Red One he did. That thing's been supposed to be coming out. He did
Red One. It came out. It was on Netflix.
Yeah, that thing did not do well. No, Red One came out. What, that on Amazon? I can't remember.
It was a couple years ago it came out. It was a Santa Claus movie for Amazon. Yeah, it didn't do that well.
Well, he hasn't done well until the last couple of years. That's what I was saying. I'm just saying. Give credit where it's due.
His career shit the bed, movie-wise, in the last 5 years. It really has. He had a contract
Black Adam,
with
by the way, came out 3 years ago.
What is it?
Yeah, 3 years ago, Black Adam came out.
Black Adam, yeah. His whole goal then was to take over the DC studios and be the head honcho behind all that. Have him fighting Superman, Henry Cavill, and all that. But it got capsized. Well, Black Adam was a bomb, unfortunately.
So Red One was last year. It didn't do great. Once Upon a Time in the Studio, like I was saying, he did Fast 10. That was a couple of years ago. He's had a couple of big movies. He's also had some big misses. This year, it looks like he's doing a good job. So I just want to get into that real quick. I'm not going to try to have a diatribe of it.
Gotcha.
But there's something I found interesting. I think you're going to like to hear about. Did you hear about NXT is changing the approach to their call-ups now? Did you read this story?
Yes. Well, they've been doing this for the past 2 years. And not many people have realized it or noticed it. I mean, they brought up Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. They were on SmackDown challenging for the women's tag belts. They were on Raw, challenging for the women's tag belts. They fought Naomi and Bianca Belair a couple of times on Raw and on SmackDown. So, but they never stayed up. They never stayed up on the main roster. When they were done their business on the main roster, they went right back down to NXT again. And that's the way it's going to be when they bring call-ups to NXT. They're going to bring somebody up for a while, the dabble, jump on Raw, jump on SmackDown, do whatever, but they're still going to have their other foot planted at NXT until it's
So here's what they said used to happen, right? Vince McMahon used to just yank their ass off the show and put them on WWE when he felt like it was time. No explanation. They would just be gone one day.
Come here, let me yank your ass.
Get your ass on Raw. Okay. Whatever you say, boss lady. So they've got a strategic plan now on how they use them and how they want them to get called up to Raw and or SmackDown.
Sure.
They are also getting away from using Daisy Fresh rookies on NXT. They want some more veteran leadership on that show to teach the younger wrestlers how to work. Now, I've never watched NXT a whole lot, but it was my understanding for the longest time this was a pure developmental company. And it still is very much a developmental company, but now they're taking more of a, you're in junior high school, you want to get to high school, this is how we're going to take this approach. So it begs to answer the question,
yes.
can you really consider this pure developmental anymore? Because I don't think you can. It's developmental to a point, but it's not purely developmental anymore.
Well, when it started doing real well and they got the TV contract with CW, they even said it's a third brand now. NXT is a third brand.
And they're treating it as such.
And they need stars on the third brand. And when everyone said, how come Trick Williams hasn't come up to the main roster? He's been on SmackDown once or twice. He's never been on Raw, I don't believe. And how come that guy's a superstar? How come you haven't brought him up? Well, we need stars for CW. We're launching on the CW. And he's one of our biggest male stars. I could see that. I could see why they would keep him doing that. I hope he's getting main roster pay.
And I'm seeing it. And by the way, thank you all for watching chat. Please like and subscribe. Super chat's open. You got something you want to say, but I'll say this. Everybody's saying ID and evolve, ID and evolve. I get that, but that's not really drawing a lot of eyes. You know what I mean?
No, it's
like,
not.
It's just not. Like if you're sitting at home and you don't have cable or something, I get why you're watching it because it's free out there, but that's not ever going to be something that gets you to be a household name.
What they're doing with Evolve is they're taking people who aren't quite cutting it in NXT and they're putting them on Evolve.
Nikita Lyons.
Nikita Lyons it's a big name. Well, big
Your
name
favorite.
for a big ass. Nikita Lyons. Just a talentless ramen-haired idiot. Nikita Lyons. I'm not saying she's ugly. Good-looking girl.
You want to catch these hands?
What?
I'm ready to put in work.
You say hands or hams?
Dude. When I heard her first, I've never seen the girl wrestle, but when I heard her cut a promo, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? You want to catch these hands? I'm ready to put in work.
She's
like,
horrendous.
Okay.
Horrendous.
Calm down, Mike Titties. That's enough of that.
Horrendous. They've taken Wendy Chu. They took her gimmick away, Wendy Chu, who you have no idea who I'm talking about, from NXT. Her whole thing was she was always sleepy, taking a nap. She came to the ring in pigtails and a onesie and bedroom slippers and a body pillow. And in tag team matches, she would sleep on the ring apron on the body pillow until it was time to be tagged in. And
this sounds like some Vince McMahon shit in the 80s and 90s.
I'm just saying. They stripped that gimmick off of her and turned her into another Alexa Bliss creepy girl kind of thing.
Uh-oh.
And the other girls that are there, and it's just, I don't even want to turn on Evolve on Tubi to watch it. I've got no interest in it whatsoever.
I don't either. And I understand why people do. But there are people out there that they just love wrestling and they'll watch everything they can. I get that. I'm sort of like that with the NFL. College, not so much. But the NFL, I'm going to watch every game that's on. Speaking of which, Rams and the 49ers tonight. Ron, I know you're out there, pal. I hope you're feeling better. Ron's under the weather today. I appreciate him joining today.
Gonorrhea?
No. I think he's got the flu. Chris Jericho is back in the news, and he says it ain't over yet, baby. He just celebrated his 35-year mark of his first match at a professional wrestling ring. 35 years ago as of today. What do you think?
I don't think anything about that whatsoever. I'm glad he's not on my TV anymore.
Also, Ric Flair's at the Rams game tonight. So, woo! He's getting shit-faced. I can't wait for this.
Dude, he was at Denny's at 8 o'clock this morning getting shit-faced.
Out came Chris Jericho, and he said, good news, it ain't over yeet.
Oh.
No, he said yet, but I could have seen that shit coming a mile away. Cody Rhodes is in the news this week.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh God!
Did you see them doing it on AEW last night? Tony Storm.
Yeah. At least
have you seen that? Have you seen a Braun Strowman?
No.
It's going to be on Friday the 13th.
Oh, is he the new Jason?
He's in negotiations right now. It's almost finalized to be the new Jason. He's going to be he's going to be like freaking 6 inches taller than the tallest man who ever played Jason.
You want to know what the best part about that is?
What's that?
He doesn't even have to fake stiff walk. He could do it on his own. Just walk straight. He can walk.
Bro, I got the perfect part for you. You get to throw people around and kill them, and you don't have to run. Thank God, brother.
I can hear this right now. I've got a guy named Braun Strowman for this part. Tell me more. He walks like he had 15 Viagra in his entire body. Perfect.
Don't have him run because this will happen. That was his groin.
Cody Rhodes said, and this kind of, look, I like Cody Rhodes, but sometimes, bro, quit sniffing your own farts, man. We've never seen anything like this before in the WWE's hot streak. With ESPN... let me finish. With ESPN, where the industry is at, pro wrestling in general, it's only onwards and upwards, which is new because you have these peaks and valleys throughout wrestling history. Cody, it's been 5 years. I don't even think it's been 5 years, Bottles, that they've been hot again, and maybe it's just me. I don't think it's been 5 years. I think we're hitting around year 4 or 3 or 4, right? If you ask me, because 5 years ago in 2020, it was a shit show. It was terrible. It was just terrible to me just that long ago because that was in the middle of the COVID era. And that was when I would just refuse to watch the shit.
Right.
So let me say this much. Hogan started his run in January of 84 and didn't hand it over to the Ultimate Warrior until April of 1990. Okay. That was a good 6-year run. And he still got it. Yeah. And he still got a couple more years out of that where he was still headlining Mania. Let's not get it twisted. Like you can't compare dollars and media and all that stuff like you could back then. I get that.
Right.
But until you tell me 33 million people watched your match live on network television and the streaming apparatus they got, I just don't want to hear that shit. I saw it happen. I was alive and I went to the shows. You're talking about arenas on a Tuesday and a Thursday and a Saturday and a Friday of 10,000 or more selling out the house to come watch it. Now, the game has changed and there's more money involved because almost everything on television sucks today. That's why when a show hits big, everybody loses their mind watching that shit and it gets engulfed by the fan base. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know how you feel about it.
I agree 100%.
And also, I just like to say, I get that the Attitude Era was like a gasoline fire, right? It burned hot and fast, but it was over with in a blink of an eye.
Yes,
but it was over with fast.
That it went right into the Ruthless Aggression era when they absorbed WCW under their wing, under their umbrella. And that probably was one of the worst moves, I think, because they had no competition. Well, they had TNA. They had TNA, which really wasn't any competition at all.
TNA used to get like 1.5 million people, 1.8, 2 million sometimes. They had a strong showing. But again, I digress. I was going to college at the time. I just got in the service. I had stopped watching wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling almost the entire Ruthless Aggression time. I don't think I watched a single WrestleMania from like 2001. I watched 17, and that was the only one I watched in that entire time frame. That was it. I had shit going on, pal.
Yeah.
There's one other piece of
TNA
news I want. Oh, go ahead.
TNA had a crazy business model when they started up, man. $10
Yeah.
pay-per-views weekly.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, it was different, and people signed up for it, and they got a good fan base.
Yeah, and they got enough response to actually get a TV contract, which was amazing. They couldn't sustain the pay-per-view model like that. But
no. No, that's just not a model you could sustain. Models, it just isn't.
Froze up.
It's just a model you can't suspend. Yeah.
Edge is going to be in a movie, The Beekeeper 2. The Beekeeper was a movie with Jason Statham. Yes. I don't know if you saw that.
Character, or is he the nemesis?
It doesn't say. It just says he's been cast in Beekeeper 2. I didn't know The Beekeeper was that big of a hit to warrant the sequel.
It was probably
going to be.
I saw that piece of shit.
Yeah. And it's going to be probably like an Amazon Prime Video movie or something like that.
You want to know what I said when I saw that movie?
It's a piece of shit.
Someone paid for this.
Yes.
Someone openly and willingly paid for this god-awful thing.
Jason Statham is a great action star, though.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Great guy.
There's some roles he's taken that are just good, Lord, son. Do you really need the money?
I guess he does need the money, pal. I guess he does need the money.
Bring back the Transporter series. Do something different with that. Transporter versus James Bond. Let's see it go down.
I don't know why they don't cross-pollinate franchises like that. That would be fantastic.
James Bond. You know James Bond is owned by Amazon now.
Yes.
So let's see where the hell that goes.
Well, don't be surprised if he's going to be a gay black man in the next iteration of James Bond, because they are a woke production.
I'm not going to get to that bag of shit right now.
Yes. Have you seen that? According to Wrestle Purist on Twitter, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they had a work agreement with AEW. They would swap talent. And
I did see the story. I was going to talk about that next.
Yes. They've run less United States shows in 2025 due to declining attendance and some roster members not wanting to make the trip to the United States for the shows.
Can we go ahead and just call it what it is? AEW pillaged the roster they had rebuilt. New Japan Pro Wrestling had slowly rebuilt itself up with Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. They had built it back up with American superstars that were wrestling a different kind of match in Japan that everybody in America really dug, that they put on Access TV here because it was such a big hit. You remember that when old JR was calling the matches? Yes.
JR was calling the matches with Josh, what's the guy's name? MMA star?
Peter Breath.
Josh Peter Breath, yes. Peter Breath?
But again, I enjoyed it at the time. I thought it was good. It was different. I tried to watch it. It just wasn't really my whole cup of tea when it wasn't Americans involved. That's just me. Just like I'm reading the Vader book now. He spent a lot of time in Japan, buddy, and I don't know how.
You know what? I was cruising through Facebook Marketplace this morning, and a guy's selling what do you call it? The Deluxe Legend WWE figure.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Let's go Cubbies indeed.
A masthead, and the big helmet that shoots out the steam, the horned helmet that he used to wear in Japan.
Yeah.
That comes with it. $15 this guy was selling it for.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good buy.
Saw that and said, you got to be kidding me. He doesn't know what he's got. If he holds on to that for another 10 years, he could probably sell that for $200 on eBay. Or maybe now he can sell it.
Warrior JWR says, you guys hear about Power Town Wrestling figure fiasco with Greg Gagne and Magnum TA? Apparently it's been 2 years and no figures have shipped.
Yeah.
So what happened? I didn't hear about this. What happened with this?
It's a action figure company with legendary wrestlers of the past who were not WWE.
Right. Yeah.
Or, AWA, things like that. Greg Gagne, of course, AWA, and Crockett, Magnum TA, and all that. And they're going to have a series of old style figures. And I think it was crowdfunded. You ever see those things where people?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, crowdsourced, crowdfunded, that sort of thing. And people put in money so they would get a figure. Well, first, like hot off the presses, a couple of figures.
Right.
Nothing.
Ooh, dude,
and I think these guys signed off.
They couldn't be cheap.
No. Gagne and Magnum TA. Well, you see what an action figure costs nowadays? $20.
Oh, I know.
At Walmart.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Those
But
Todd
I'm saying,
McFarlane,
imagine if it was signed.
yes, imagine if it was
mean?
signed. Yeah, but I don't think these are signed. But these guys signed. They signed off on using their likeness and all that, I'm sure. But nothing's happened yet.
That sucks. Thanks, Warrior JWR. I didn't hear about that at all, man. That's crazy to me.
I wonder if they've been challenged by WWE. Because WWE owns all the tapes for Crockett.
Right.
And AWA. They owned all that shit. So they said, you can't use the likeness of these guys and these guys and these guys.
Right.
For figures. That would be under our aegis.
But I can't see where they would have any rights over that just because that wasn't their creation. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't their creation. They can't say no to that. But Glenn's got a good question. What will Tony do with FTR because Edge is leaving to do movies
He's
and
already
that
segued.
television show?
Already segued into what are they called? Jet Speed. They're going to be taking on Jet Speed.
They came out this week. That's right. They came out this week.
Speedball Mike Bailey and the other kid, whatever his name is. I forgot his name already.
But that's that does leave another good question. What's happened with Christian now? He just goes back to being a bastardized version of Christian? Because there's nowhere for him to go.
They're waiting for Nick Wayne's foot to heal because he's got a broken foot. They're waiting for that to heal. Last time we saw him, he was in a wheel.
Right. So, yeah, I could see where that's going on that point, but still. Wait for bottles. There we go. Yeah, I don't get that, man. Like, that's weird to me. Like, you just had this huge pay-per-view. They've had this huge series, and it's just like, I'm out.
Right.
I got to go.
Right. It's ridiculous.
That's weird to me, Bottles.
It's ridiculous.
But yeah, we're going to talk about that here in just a second, as a matter of fact.
They're probably going to have an intergender match. There's going to be Stokely and FTR versus Jet Speed, and Willow Nightingale has been inserted into this feud.
Are you calling Will Stokely a woman? Is that what you're doing right now?
Little Stokely? No, it's intergender match where a man faces a woman in a ring, and I think he's going to fight Willow Nightingale. You're
probably right, because that's where they've been building, because that's what they were talking about. So let's talk about last night's AEW anniversary show, because I've been watching this shit show now for 6 years. I started watching this before I picked back up on Raw. Thank you again, Glenn, for the 10 spot. Appreciate the good question, pal. I tuned into this shit.
Right.
This building they were in holds 7,000 people. 3,650 tickets were distributed. A nice round number, right? 3,650. It's nice and easy. Rolls off the tongue. There's nothing suspicious about that at all. Nothing. I'm sure that's exactly how many people were in attendance too.
Well, 3,000 people is not bad for them now. That's a good showing. 3,000 people. That's a hell of a crowd for them.
It is,
in the
but
United
it's
States.
6th anniversary show, pal. It's the 6th anniversary show.
Pal, nobody gives a shit if it's the 6th anniversary, the 5th anniversary.
Hold on.
None of that. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Hold on. Let me finish. It's the 6th anniversary of this show. All I hear about, left and right, on Twitter, on social media, on anything I see about AEW, is how great it is, how well they're doing, how the fans love the product, how everybody goes to the show. I went to this show. I went to this show. None of you are going to these fucking shows. None of you. If you were, they'd be sold out at every arena they go to, in every building. None of you are getting your asses off the couch to go support this television product. Not one of you. You're all full of shit. All of you. The show is literally dying in front of your eyes, and you weirdos who swear by this show, who swear you love this show, would rather sit in your house in your Fruit of the Looms and your tarped-out basements, thinking about the Jergens you've got next to you, waiting for Blue Sky or whoever the hell else to come out, instead of taking your smelly, crummy ass to a ring, to an arena.
I don't even know if that's PG.
It's not. So don't tell me how great it is if you won't even show up to watch it. This show is on television because a Nepo baby had inside connections because his father owns a football team and the NFL, and it used to run programs on these channels. So shut the hell up. None of this is real. God awful.
Money to go out and support. They don't have the money to go out and buy tickets and support those people, support that company. They don't have it. They just don't have it. You can see they're not selling any merchandise. You see how sparse the merchandise stands are at AEW shows. They probably figure, why are we going to transport all this shit if nobody's buying it? So they've got a bare bones display of certain T-shirts and whatever and hats.
And if you want to add onto the shit sandwich that we're having right now, Collision is getting lower and lower in the ratings. It's on the chopping block. Don't fool yourself, kids. All you jackasses that said the Friday night show was safe, they never get rid of it. It was a good show. They cut it at the knees and said never again. Collision's next. Collision is next.
Why do you think some of these shows are 3 hours on Wednesday, 2.5 hours? They're experimenting right now. The network is. We're just doing away with Collision and adding an extra half hour or 60 minutes onto Dynamite. And nobody's watching that. Nobody's watching the last hour, half hour of Dynamite.
No one gives a shit. And don't tell me you do. If you really cared, you'd get off your ass and go watch this when it's in your town. All of these people just want social media interaction. They want to argue with somebody because they have nothing else going on in their life. I do this shit for fun, right? I like to shit on this show for fun because it's so bad. It's such a joke of a wrestling product. And we don't sit here and praise WWE every week. God knows you have said some critical things over them. I've said when it's a boring ass show.
You know, and I always say AEW's got some great talent. They got Samoa Joe. They've got say what you want about him. Hangman Adam Page. If he didn't open his mouth, he'd be a great wrestler. He put on great matches. Hangman Adam Page, I think. MJF, great promo, great wrestler.
The Hurt People.
The Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, Tony Storm, timeless Tony Storm. Love the whole gimmick. Statlander, great wrestler. The Tickler, good wrestler, bad promo. The Tickler. Who else?
Ping Pong can wrestle if he would shut the hell up and be okay, but he can't stop himself.
The one half of Jet Speed, not Mike Speedball, Mike Bailey. The other guy,
Sir Lightning McQuickster,
whatever his name is, Lightning McQueen. Yeah, good wrestler.
Willow, good call.
Willow Nightingale. Hey, great talent right there. She's getting better and better.
And she can cut promos. Promos.
The Japanese
Just don't
stripper.
let her make those stupid ass faces, man.
The Japanese stripper, Tits McGee.
I don't know if she
Shirakawa.
can wrestle, but she's fun to look at.
Yeah, she's pretty. And Harley Cameron.
Harley Cameron is talented. She's talented.
Very talented girl, yes. FTR, good old school wrestlers. I hate the two people who are playing the two good old school wrestlers. I can't stand those guys.
I'm playing a guy dressed as another guy.
Gun and bald.
Yeah, gun and bald FTR. So
yes,
there's some problems in this company. And right now, I want to talk about the opening segment of this show. The Bucks segment opened this show. Bottles, it's death to the ratings every time they open the show. And they had the same goofy ass, we won $500,000 in that stupid tag match tournament a couple weeks ago.
No one cares about that.
My brother's gambling it away, but we want to pay money for pyro and shit. And no one cares. No one
cares. No one cares. No one gives a shit about the Young Bucks anymore. No one.
Matt comes back and his brother has lost all the money gambling. So they cut back to the ring and they're just standing there in the ring like they have to pay for their own pyro. And the announcer just goes, the Young Bucks. And that was it. This is so corny, Bottles. It's so corny.
And the crowd is so quiet.
It really was.
Yes.
It really was. And guess who came out? Young Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander, who has 0 wins in his career in tag matches.
And zero charisma. Zero charisma.
Over.
He's done. He's there for the check. He's there for the check. I came here in an interview 2 weeks ago. I came here to face some of the greatest talent, people I always wanted to wrestle. Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Tony Schiavone.
John, look, I just want to say this, right? They made such a fit over Josh Alexander coming into this company, right? They made a big deal out of it.
Game changer.
He eats the mat every week.
Every week. I
keep expecting the Job Squad to come out and give that sumbitch a t-shirt. Here, buddy, you're eating
if he would have came to WWE, he would be in Alpha Academy. He would be back there with Otis and Tozawa and Maxine Dupree. That's where he would be because he looks like He looks like a collegiate wrestling goof in that outfit.
Out comes Kenny Omega,
who is looking pretty rough.
He's looked better. I'm
He's
just going to
looked
say
better.
this much. I'm not going to say he looked like complete shit. He's still in pretty good shape, but he's looked a lot better than he is right now. He looks like a guy that's struggling with a lot of pain, and he might be I'm not saying he is, but he looks like a guy that might be self-medicating, and it's a concern.
Yes.
And
I was self-medicating when I was watching this last night because I was in so much pain watching.
Brett,
and he calls me. You call me up. Bottles, I'm out. Bottles, I'm out. I'm out. What do you mean? I'm out, Bottles. I've had enough of this shit. The Young Bucks and all this shit. I'm not watching this shit, Bottles. Gilligan's Island's on. I'm watching Chips on me.
I actually watched Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes.
I know what I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching this match real closely because this shit, it's the same thing every time they have this match.
Well,
45 jumps, 45 crossbodies, 45 outside ring moments, 2 and 3 guys in the ring from each team the whole time. Mm-hmm. And the faceless referee, the one that looks like a zombie, stands there and does nothing. He does nothing.
Nothing at all.
It's the exact same shit you think you're going to see every week, man. None of this changes. They hit 3 tombstone pile drivers in the ring. All 3 of the same guys hit the same pile driver at the same time. Did that in the match? Hell no! That's called a spot now.
Right. That's a spot. Tombstone pile drivers, the Undertaker's finisher for so many years, for decades in WWE, is just now a transitional move.
And you want to know what's funny about that? Ricky Starks, which, by the way, we should cover this real quick because it's kind of comparable, won the NXT title with 2 DDTs in a row against his opponent. And everybody said, you mean that's it? This is how bad they have bastardized moves like the DDT, is that there was a time when that thing hit. That's it. It's over. There ain't no kicking out. There ain't nothing else you can do. Game ender. Changer.
Ricky Steamboat wrestled Jake the Snake Roberts 40 years ago.
Yes.
He got a DDT on the concrete outside the ring, and he didn't know whether he was going to have a career after that.
And you want to know why they did it?
Why did they do it?
Ricky said, I can take it. And Jake said, brother, I don't think you want this on the concrete. It's rough enough as it is in that ring. Like, if you hit this shit even remotely wrong on that concrete, and sure enough, they said his whole face was black and blue and swollen after that for like for 2 or 3 weeks before they could put him back on camera because he was so jacked up.
Steamboat was a tough bastard back in the day.
Yeah. He wasn't as tough as his wife.
His wife was very tough. Yes. I'm going out there
on TV right now, Jim Crockett.
You're putting me out there right now. Yes, you are. Vince.
Put the baby out there, too. Jesus. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, that's what it's done. A DDT used to end the match, and now people are like, you mean that's it?
Right. Absolutely.
Frustrating, man. Oh.
And you neglected to mention Kenny Omega's tag team partners, Bandido.
No, that's what I said, Bandido. You might not have heard me when I said Bandido.
I didn't hear you say bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Alexander beats him up. This whole thing ended when he ate the pin. Kenny pins him. And out comes Lamosaurus Rex and Nepo Perry, baby. And they clear house.
They cleared house while they beat up the Young Bucks while Kenny Omega's getting his ass kicked in the corner by Alexander. Alexander ripped off his headgear and just started beating the shit out of Kenny Omega. They don't go and help the good guy. They go to beat up the Young Bucks. And, oh, shit, there's Kenny. And they finally got Alexander out of the ring. It's just
Lamosaurus Rex. That's what I'm going with now.
Yes.
And Nepo Perry. That's where I'm going.
Yes.
And of course, Nepo Perry has the big ass buckskin knife on his side now. He wants everybody to know he's got that knife because he's dangerous.
He's the Tarzan boy. He's the Jungle Boy. Yeah. He's not going to, he's already said in interviews, he's not going back to that gimmick, which is just ridiculous because that was all part of Jurassic Express for him to look like son of Tarzan. Did you see when they fought the Young Bucks back to the back? He took his leather jacket off and swatted one of the Young Bucks and almost knocked them over with the jacket like it was a mace or like it was a nightstick.
Well, no, I'll give you credit because that leather jacket could mess you up if one of them buttons hit your ass. They can jack you. You get hit with one of them metal buttons, pal. That shit stinks. I know. I've seen it happen to me.
Gotcha.
Personally.
Gotcha.
I got nailed with one of them bitches. Anyway, after this is all going on, while this is going on, Jack Perry and Kenny Omega get into it because remember, Kenny Omega got beat up on by Jack Perry because he was at one time with the Young Bucks. So they're trying to do a callback to that. Right. And then Kenny Omega decides he's going to give a Raw promo to celebrate the 6-year anniversary. As they're fighting off, by the way. As they fight off.
Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to give the Raw promo. Edge is filming Percy Jackson and the 40 Thieves or whatever the hell the name of that show is. At FTR, they got a big segment later on in the show. So somebody had to do the Raw speech, and Hangman was getting ready for his next match. So Kenny Omega's cutting the Raw speech. The lights go out, and you just know something's going to happen. And the lights come back on, and Latino Barry Horowitz is standing in the ring with him. And I said, oh, shit. Really? Crackhead Rodriguez is back.
Andrade is back in the WWE, a.k.a. Latino Barry Horowitz.
You mean back in the AEW? Back in the AEW.
Yes. Sorry, back in the AEW.
Yes.
And he's back rather quickly. And I said...
He had no 90-day clause because they fired him.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So that's what I said. Well, this seems kind of odd that he's suddenly back. Mm-hmm. I need to see what happened to cause this, and the story starts floating today. Mm-hmm. He failed the wellness check multiple times, and they finally had to let him go and just straight up fired him. So there was no non-compete once that happened. Bottles, I said it when he went back to WWE. I didn't give a shit then. He's back in the AEW show. I don't give a shit now. There's nothing about this guy that makes me want to watch him. He can wrestle, sure, but there's lots of guys that can wrestle. I'm never going to tune in for his match. I'm just not.
I quit one company to go and work with my wife in the other company, but my wife quit me. So, what else is a guy to do but hard drugs? And all of a sudden, they get rid of me. So I go back to the other company. I shake hands with Mr. Tony. Everything is good, Mr. Tony. Oh, you need to need to go see Mr. Sammy and shake hands with him.
Which, by the way,
I wonder how that worked out. Sammy, by the way, Andrade's coming back. What? What? It's all different now. He's married, divorced, and you're married, and you got a kid, and everybody's in a better spot. He's changed. He's changed.
The hash pipe has really mellowed him out.
The hash pipe, the crack pipe, everything. He's got some of the best Bolivian nose candy I've ever seen in my entire life.
God. Wait, it gets better because Latino Barry Horowitz walks up the ramp, and Don Callis comes out. He is now also part of the Don Callis family.
Because why not? He needs somebody to speak for him. Did you know Conan on Conan's podcast, I saw an excerpt today. They asked Conan, Disco did, what is the true story with Andrade? Why didn't he get over in WWE? And he says, the fact is he had to wrestle and in the same company as his ex-wife, which makes it hard. But the fact is he didn't want to learn English. He couldn't cut it's not like you could learn English to cut promos in a month. Okay? You just can't say, I'm going to take 30 days off and learn English. I'll be back. You can't do it in a month. But he says, he had no interest in learning fluent English to cut a promo, to talk on screen.
Next up on AEW, they do a 6-year recap package.
That's a good segue.
Time it started till here's my issue. You leave Cody Rhodes completely out of this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Really? You leave Cody Rhodes completely out of this whole thing. CM Punk completely out of this whole thing. Right. We're going to act like those two guys didn't help your company tremendously when they came in.
You can't mention someone who works for the other company now, although the crowd can. Because at All Out, they were chanting John Cena's name when Edge was doing his maneuvers.
Yeah. What a maneuver, pal!
What a maneuver.
By the way, thank you all for watching tonight. We do appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button. AEW's ass right now, and we're going to talk about a little bit more. Mark Briscoe's promo. Mark Briscoe, man, we talked about some of the guys we like. I like Mark Briscoe.
No Tony Schiavone.
I like everything he does.
No Tony Schiavone on commentary.
Again, well, I think he's gone now. I think they finally said, hey, look. Well, honestly, I think he said, look, I'm wearing too many hats. We've got to have somebody else do commentary anymore.
Too many hats, and my toupee's getting pissed off about it.
It's fucking falling off, pal. I have run through 5 bottles of glue this week. Do you know how much I'm sweating running back and forth to production to the commentary table?
Oh, have you ever heard a toupee growl? Listen to this shit. It's the greatest night in the history of our sport. I am so tired.
Mark Briscoe's promo, once again, was good.
But you know what the problem with the show is, Don?
That sound was shit again back there. Again.
But that's the least of their worries right now.
Okay, go ahead.
The shit never ends.
Oh,
nothing ever ends.
It's MJF.
It's MJF again. It never freaking ends. They just can't stop. The Death Riders and Hangman Page, it just doesn't stop. MJF, Mark Briscoe, it doesn't stop. The Hurt Syndicate, the Gates of Agony, they got pinned. The MVP got pinned. It doesn't stop.
This is the match that never ends. Yes, they go on and on, my friend.
Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega. Jungle Boy and Kenny Omega. Jack Perry and Kenny Omega. They're bringing that back up. It never ends. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. It never ends.
There are moments in my life where I say, this was good. And there's moments where I go, no. I don't want to see MJF and Briscoe anymore. I don't.
No.
Mom, make it stop.
What's going on down there? Is the Jewish boy wrestling the homeless man again? Oh, my God.
The chicken
no, Mom, he's not homeless. He owns a chicken ranch.
Oh.
When I saw Briscoe talk about the 3 letters that have plagued his life, and those letters are MJF, I said, that's it. That's it. I'm going to go take a squirt, make a sandwich. I'll be back when this is over. Did he challenge him to a match?
I don't know what that was. I have no idea. Denisha says MJF wasn't there. We know that, Denisha. That's
no, he
not
wasn't
the
there.
Issue. The issue is that this is still going on. That's the issue.
It's horrible. Horrible.
So you think it's horrible. No, sir. You haven't seen horrible yet, because out comes Pockets and Kyle Fletcher. And I just wrote big, bold letters. Nope. I'm going to fast forward to the end. I fast forward to the end. Hologram interferes and costs OC the match. Only it's not hologram. Wait, it's not? Yeah, because you just did this segment like Saturday night. I saw it on Twitter somewhere. There's
Hologram's hurt.
Hologram running around. Yeah, he's out for the year.
He broke his leg or something like that, didn't he? Or his knee?
I don't have a clue. All I knew is when he came out, I was like, that's not the real hologram.
No.
We all know it. And the commentators treat us like we are mental patients, riding short buses, licking windows.
Right.
I hope nobody in here watching social media. This
hologram is shorter and stouter than the other hologram. He's shorter and fatter. And then later on in the show, when he takes his shirt off, he's got all these jailhouse tattoos all over his body. Oh, God almighty. That's El Clone. El Clone. Did you notice when Orange Cassidy came out, his graphics couldn't come up on the screen because it had some sort of server malfunction?
I'm going to talk about that in a minute, because it really goes bad in a minute. So, fake hologram, fake. I don't know what the hell this guy's name is.
He's El Clone. El Clone.
All right, El Clonio goes up there, and he stands. El Clonio goes up there, and out comes Don Callis with the entire fucking heel roster outside the Bucks of the Cracker Clan, because that's who he is, and now he's part of it. And all of a sudden, the audio became a 1994 CD, and that bitch was skipping on repeat. It was clipping in and out. At first I was like, is it supposed to be doing that? And then I saw he was talking and shit wasn't coming out. I was like, oh shit, this is my Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion CD when I dropped it on rocks heading to the car. I never got to hear Civil War again the same until I bought a new one.
It's horrendous.
The Civil War. I was like, okay, that's what I got right now.
Every week we talk about how bad the production values of this show is, and they don't do anything to fix it. Nothing to fix it.
Nothing. This was the same shit, dude.
You could say whatever you want about WWE. Oh, it's the same bullshit every time you watch. It's the same shit. But the production values are pristine in WWE. It's a Hollywood extravaganza when you watch a WWE wrestling show with the sound, with the special effects, the lighting, the whole 9 yards. This is just amateur hour right here. I think the AV club of a high school down here in Florida could do a better job of producing AEW Dynamite than what they've got going on right now.
Do you have that on Laserdisc?
It's just, dude.
Remember when they had Laserdisc, that big son of a bitch that was the size of a record that they were putting movies on initially?
Their biggest albums. A buddy of mine, he used to work for
Oh, Bottles is out again. I'll wait for him to come back. 3, 2, 1.
And science fiction and horror movie on Laserdisc and play them on his big screen TV in his basement. Subwoofers. It was unbelievable.
The shit.
It was the shit. And it was
the high tech.
It was a better picture for my money and better sound than DVDs.
I remember those days. Like, it was just amazing when it first came out. And those things, by the way, were expensive as shit. We're talking the 90s, like when those things were $50. That's like $150 in today's money or close to it.
The players were like back then, like $1,200, $1,500.
Yeah.
For a Laserdisc player before DVDs, before CDs even.
Right. And then somebody was like, why don't we make it smaller? Bob, you're a damn genius. Okay.
They made them smaller, but they didn't sound as good, and they didn't look as good until they finally perfected the technology in the last 20 years.
Well, can you imagine trying to load that big-ass Laserdisc CD into your car to listen to Led Zeppelin or something? That'd be a little ridiculous.
Christ, yes. Folks, it was literally the size of a 33 1/3 album.
It really was. It was a huge pitch.
Yeah.
So this match went on. I talked about the fake hologram, fakeogram. Monet is with Baguette, and the echo's back again. It's
horrible.
Back.
Horrible.
And it's got the sound going too. The Clips mobiles going off. She said she's going to face a Florida girl. Harley intercepts with the puppet. Apparently, Harley Cameron is just all over the show anymore. She has no real direction. This sounds like a perfect booking idea from Tony Khan. She's here this week. She's here next week. Just have her running around. Sometimes she's got a puppet. Sometimes she's dressed as a kitty cat. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm watching a bad production of Bozo the Clown. Is what I'm watching.
Look for a ex-WWE female to come in next week. They think that's going to pop a rating. I definitely think so. I think it's going to be Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh, God, dude.
I think she's a free agent. She's all over the indies. I think Shotzi's coming into AEW.
To quote Tony Schiavone in 1998, I want to say, that'll put butts in seats.
Yeah. Don't forget, next week, they're going up against NXT.
Against Tuesday, yeah.
They'll be on Tuesday night against NXT, and they're going to get their asses handed to them.
That will be the one where...
The only way they're going to save it, Don, I'm telling you right now, is if it's a 3-hour show. If they make it a 3-hour show, the extra hour will be averaged into the ratings. And it's not going to have them beat NXT, but they won't look as bad with that factored in.
All right, the Cracker Clan comes out to face the
You sound so excited about the rest of this show. Yeah, okay. All right, then. Yeah, good luck to you.
It's another 6-man match because we've already... This is the other part. We're having another 6-man match on the same show.
Samoa Joe.
We're having another 6-man Bottles.
Of course. Why not? Get them all out there.
This thing ran through 2 commercial breaks. I do not give a shit. I can't get past this fast enough. Hangman pins Claudio. You knew who was eating the pin before it even kicked off.
And Moxley didn't even go in the ring apron until the match was almost over. Didn't even go in the apron. He let Garcia and Claudio wrestle the three guys. And the story they told in this match was Hangman would not tag in Samoa Joe.
And Samoa Joe had beef with him after this whole thing came to an end.
Big beef. Big beef. Where they sent out Powerhouse Hobbs got between the both of them and tried to separate them. So what is all of a sudden, as soon as the argument starts, Hobbs is there separating them, and all of a sudden...
Wait a minute, guys.
10 guys come out who are half the size of everyone in the ring to come out and try to split these guys up. It looked like Samoa Joe and Hobbs were going to take on a first-grade class.
Yes.
At your local elementary school. That's what it looked like.
So again.
So it's a forced...
It's a
main
forced
event.
angle that makes no sense. It's a forced angle that makes no sense.
It's a forced angle that makes no sense. These guys just had a mild beef. You wouldn't tag me in. Why? You never beat me. You never beat me, Joe said. You never beat me. Oh, did they have anger management issues? What the hell's going on here? Just what? They were friendly enough to tag. And now during the match, because Joe didn't get tagged in, he's gonna throw it all away, a friendship away. What the hell's going on? Now it's going to be the main event of Wrestle Dream, the next pay-per-view. Joe versus Hangman Page.
The volcano.
Joe versus the charisma volcano of Hangman Page, yes.
Dude,
Joe versus the volcano.
This was such a forced angle that it just felt cringy coming through the television as it happened live.
It did.
So
it's something that they should have done this weeks ago. Slowly built up to this.
Hold on, I got to ask you something. Who the hell is the other guy in the trio's title? Because I forgot who has the third belt now.
Shibata. Shibata's hurt. Remember, he had his brain taken out and put back in?
Oh, yeah.
They had to take it back out this time to grease it down and shine it up a little bit. And he's
turn that sumbitch sideways and shove it straight up your candy ass.
That's right.
All right, so FTR comes out with Stokely. They cut a promo. Out comes Willow.
You know what FTR stands for?
Fuck the road. I don't know. He cut off. Say it again. It cut you off.
Fuck the rest. YouTube cut me off. Streetper cut me off because he said the fuck word. Bottle said the fuck word. Hit the button.
Out comes Jet Speed. This thing, I'm getting out. Paige with Baguette says he was throwing a bitch fit out there, referencing Joe. I'm going to set up a title where I face you at Wrestle Dream now. We're going to have a title match. Ty Mello and Tony Storm come out. And I called Bottles and I said, I'm fucking tapped. I'm not doing
Ty Mello. She's actually going to do something. She cut that promo picture in picture while they were coming to the ring. Like when Tony Storm's coming to the ring, like she's got a chance of taking on Tony Storm and actually winning the match.
This show keeps devolving every week into a non-wrestling product and is becoming an open mic night at an improv studio where you hope somebody in the audience can entertain anyone at home for 10 minutes and hold the rating. But I keep getting the Cracker Clan week in and week out. Meanwhile, guys like Bobby Lashley have disappeared off my television that look like a superstar with MVP that can cut promos is off my television. Instead, I get opening segments like the Bucks and their fake gambling bullshit with their nonsensical, we're going to buy Pyro tonight. I'm out.
They were out. The Hurt Syndicate came out on this show.
I didn't see them. Well, then it was the end.
Gates of Agony took on Lee Jackson and what's that kid's name? Kid's got the weird name. He's in Ring of Honor. I forgot his name. That's how much he means to me. They're a tag team, apparently. And they lost to the Gates of Agony. Ricochet was on commentary. And Ricochet was talking like this. And and you're straining. You're straining to hear Ricochet because the sound is so bad. And he gets involved in the match. And Gates of Agony win. and they had a harder time. Just two huge guys, Tia Leone and Tony Khan's cousin, Bishop, taking on these two smaller guys, and they had a hard time doing it. And I figured Tia Leone, I figured out what he looks like. He looks like if
It's
Jimmy
Leone.
Uso took
Get it right.
If Jimmy Uso took all the steroids in the world, that's what he would look like. Tia Leone. So they won, and what's that? Gesundheit. And the Hurt Syndicate came out, and MVP cut a promo. He said, "Everybody, who's getting the 305 area code? What about the 604 area code? Who?"
There goes Bottles again. I just can't do it anymore, folks. It's killing me to watch the show.
What's that?
It's killing me to watch the show, man.
What's my name? And they're all chanting MVP, MVP, MVP. He's got a new cane too, by the way. He cut a great promo. He challenged them to a street fight for next week. So it'll be a street fight next week. MVP and the Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and the Gates of Agony, also known as AKA The Demand, which they are totally not in.
The Demand, yes.
The Demand. Who demand? We demand. Ricochet, you demand. Come on now. I just wanted to go and take 2 knitting needles and stick them in my ears.
Right.
After all this was done. Main event, you missed the main event. There was no big deal. It was Statlander and Darby Allin versus Wheeler Useless and Marina Shafir from the Death Riders. And the high point of that, I told you on the phone today, the high point of that was thumbtacks came out. Statlander dropped Marina Shafir on her feet, her bare feet, on these thumbtacks. And it was the most emotion you've ever seen out of Marina Shafir. Ever.
I bet it was. I bet it got her attention real
her
quick.
freaking ass off. It looked like she was crying for real because they showed her feet sticking up in the air with real thumbtacks sticking in the soles of her feet. Screaming bloody murder.
That just sounds awful. I'm so glad I turned this.
It was horrible.
Man.
Horrible.
I'm so glad I turned this off.
Horrible. When this was over, I kicked the dogs. I slapped the wife. I did all that good stuff. I went next door and pissed in the baby's mouth next door while I was asleep. I snuck in and did that. I was so upset.
No, you didn't. Easy.
No, I didn't do that, really. I shit on the lawn.
Garden. There you go. See?
I shit on the neighbor's lawn. I need a drink after what I just said.
I don't know how this is going to go next week. I know it's not going to be good. I don't think going up. I guarantee you NXT is going to have something loaded, ready for this show next week. I guarantee it. They're going to be locked, loaded, and ready for war. So if you want to come after them, you better be ready. Because right now, NXT is wiping their ass with AEW on a weekly basis. And I got news for you. I might watch NXT this week and just review that instead to be a dickhead. And then wait until Thursday to watch AEW shit. I really might. I'm going to be a penis wrinkle and watch NXT instead.
It's going to be a showdown. That's the name of the show. NXT Showdown.
Ready for a showdown.
It's going to be good and bad and pretty ugly. That's all I can say.
I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications button. Bottle.
Yes, sir.
Stay away from baby.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.